Coming to you live at 2100 hours, 44 minutes. It's Friday, September 27th, and I I really I'm going to say this. I have no more to say to African descendant American women. First, I want to commend the African descendant, what we call black, which I don't use because of the slave name. And if you hear me call an African descendant American woman black, I'm about to give you the reason. But I commend you, the ones that still love me, that still want to be with me, that still want to honor your ethnicity, that still uphold that there is love we can still have for each other, that still say that we're not lost. We're working on being better. We went through a lot of pain, a lot of struggle that other races of people or other people would never ever feel, and they won't embrace it. We had to embrace so much. And I say this because I grew up. I grew up. I'm gonna use the celebrity because we seem to use celebrities, but the celebrities affected us so much. When I see an African descendant American woman, I can tell she's going to be with a white man or a man out of her race. Especially when, like, for the ones, it's more assumed African descendant American women keep talking about, oh, we're going to be with every other race, but no, you're not. You're going to be with the white man. It's so funny how they don't want to be hurt. And I learned this. This is why I don't listen to a lot of African descendant American women, because it's as they're I didn't want to say this. I even asked my mother this. She don't never respond. She just say certain things. I say, Mom, why do it seem like as African descendant American women are really the cause of everything you see? And me and my mother had talked about so much. I don't get into what the things she said because I know what was done. See, I don't talk about it. I'm learning that with my father. But my father, he says certain things. So it's kind of harder to talk to him about race appreciation, love, or because it's a thing. He's from the South. He's old school, and the understanding is not understanding of me. He don't understand me. He never tried because he wasn't really there. I can understand. Okay, he was there enough, but he wasn't there to say, "Hey, son, that's wrong. That's right." I can't recall one time in my life where my father say wrong and right. I pretty much know it from my mother. I'm happy my father chose a great woman. That's one thing I will give to him. And I'm not going to blame her on herself because she had her faults. But her faults is not enough to say, wow, my parents was bad. I can truly say, well, I thank my father for choosing a good woman, for a great woman. That made sure that she wanted to be a mother for to 18. I left the house when I was 18. To up to 18 years. I went to the military. So I would thank my father for that, like that part. I won't thank. But it seemed as, and for the women, I don't get it. I don't get it. We talk about being broke, being hurt. But all they doing is advocating and promoting and perpetuating the hurt and broke, like over. I was talking to a woman. She said I was smart. She asked me about why I'm not farther. I told her I did this, I done that. I only can do but so much. We act as just because you go to work, you're going to get promoted. You act as if you work hard, that it's going to happen. It don't happen, even for all, I don't have for all race. I don't care who you are. But we act as every person. I feel good. I feel good that I'm not in the street. I was homeless before, but I learned some knowledge along the way. I gained some skills. I learned some skills that never put me homeless again. But the women act as that don't matter. Oh, I'm 36. I should be farther along. What? Doing what? Knowing what? What did I have? What did I know? What did my family know? What did even your family? Why aren't you? It's like we can go tit for tat. We can say you can hate each other, but the conclusion is going back to celebrities. I'm watching Nia Long. I'm watching Even a woman, a Carrie Champion on ESPN talking about the Sasha Banks, the T-Boz, the I don't diss Nikki. I know what the situation. I'm watching Rihanna. I'm watching even Beyonce. If she went with Jay-Z, she'd be. I'm watching all our African descendant women, and then I'm thinking, wow, this powerful woman is. I thought she was powerful, but in reality, she weak. She ended up our one of the greatest tennis players of all time. I can't even acknowledge that to my daughter no more. If I have a daughter or a son, I can talk about him. I can talk about a little bit of Tiger Woods. He got African descendant bloodline in him. I can talk about Obama, but I know what great things he's done. But I won't be able to say, wow, Serena Williams is a strong African descendant woman, and she got with a strong African descendant man. If I made millions of dollars, there is no way I couldn't sponsor a party where I get all the black lawyers. I would send out a shout out. I would find out personal emails, personal phone calls. I would find people to work with me that want to see African. I like so we can build a market for tech people for African. I seen that. I'm gonna send you the link in this video. I've been on YouTube. YouTube have helped me. Social media helped me. I'm not clouded by just the how our women and men treat each other. I'm not clouded by it. I see the other things. I watch the videos. I listen to Martin Luther King. I listen to Malcolm X. I listen to the other sister. I listen to the sister that say I've been hurt, but I say I didn't hurt you. What about me? So it's not a Me Too movement. It's if you saying that you only been hurt, but I never hurt you. How did all African descendant men hurt you? Why is it so easy? And Carrie Champion and other couple of them say it's easier to date. It's easier to date anybody. I go to work. I literally go to I was a dietary aide. I go to work being discriminated against. It's more African descendant American, but it was the women too. They say he moving too slow, but when it was needed for me to do all these tasks, they didn't call me slow down. When they needed help, they still didn't look at me in a better way. Don't matter what I did. But somehow you forgave the white man. Somehow they forgave white men for the history, the things they doing to. I guess it don't matter because it's as where is it? I wrote it at. Just as I want to talk about this. There are more African descendant American women in the legal system. But they actually punish us more than the actual white judge and the white woman judge. I watch judge. You can YouTube it. You can watch. I go to court. I'll be seeing the black judges. They be more. The white judges is more lenient, and it's not because he saw we making him weak. It wasn't that serious to convict him to make him that way. It seemed as I'm reading something that I wrote down. Where did I put it at? It seemed like as our women, I'm gonna leave that. That's a whole topic, so I'm not gonna get into that. It seemed as our women have, if you want to say in reality, if you say for the longest, see they don't talk about Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. It was African descendant black women with them. They was mandingos. You know what the white woman will stalk us to be with us. The white man will rape them, and the black woman just gave up. We got to remember, Kunta Kinte was only 15. The oldest, see, they didn't, and this is the thing, when we talk about slavery, we don't talk about slavery in a totality. The man was, the young man was, we were all young. There was no men. They killed them. When they came to the villages and the pillage, they was killing us. They snuck up on us. That was wholeheartedly, that was our fault. They still doing it. They sneaking up on us. They not doing it. Now they in the open. And our women is helping them. I watch a lady go by Nay Fit. She's talking about her fiance. He a white guy. So all the time, it's not even a black brother, African descendant brother she talking about. She talking about a white man. I guess she must have got raped by African. And she make that all about the whole race. I met a Puerto Rican one saying black man, quote unquote black man. She said black. African descendant American man raped her. Now she hate all of us. She hate all of us. But she don't hate the Puerto Rican men that raped Puerto Rican women. Her father that raped. She don't hate her father that raped her sister. See, and this has, wow, we just get to hate. It's like, is it meant for us to be killed off? And this is sad. I wholeheartedly say I meet a lot of brothers with good seeds. We don't have children. I meet a lot of women that say, I don't want to be with a man that's good. I want to be the man that this and that. No, you don't. And then the first talking point that they use these weird statistics that's wrong about us African descendant American men. That's not right. I know we do kill each other, but not at that same rate. White men actually kill themselves more than they commit some more suicide. They kill each other more. They kill us more. They do everybody else more. They created war. They called themselves the Hebrews. They was the originally calling themselves the Hebrews, the Israelites, the Caucasus. Remember the Caucasus? If you study, that's why I was like, I don't get these African descendant American scholars or these African scholars. If you really study history, we wasn't that way. Our women is depleted because they're depleted in their spirit and soul because they go to church, they go to religion. And now we'll get into that. Religion is binding a curse. That's why it's more of them, it's not us in there. You don't see the African. You don't really, yeah, you see us as the pastors, but I guarantee you his mother or grandmother was some strong, devout, some religious person in the church. I guarantee you. No African descendant of America. It's rare you will see, in most cases, an African descendant man that didn't have a strong grandmother or aunt or somebody to bite. Besides his mother was strong in the curses of the church. You wouldn't see that. Everyone, honestly, all the men at us, their mothers or grandmothers, especially the grandmothers, was very devout in the religion. The same religion that made us submit and made us docile is the same religion that's keeping us enslaved. So why I don't listen to African descendant American women, because it seemed as slavery seemed okay. It don't seem as we can say to men, but you gotta remember, women birth men. This is the part that we gotta really think about. Women birth men. Women raise the men with the father, regardless if he's there or not. If he's around, is a man around. So it's no saying that, oh, and I've been around women, they wouldn't even want to be around their son. I was telling her she needed a male model. But when that white man came along, she don't know what he was doing. I'm doing stuff that I'm watching him like, wow, he enjoyed this. I'm showing him the same things, but I guess in her, and we breeded, fostered, and nurtured to hate each other. She was already a hatred of me. To her, I couldn't show her son nothing. That's because I didn't make 80,000 a year yet, 90,000. I was 30. I couldn't show her son a lot of things. I couldn't show these women, even their daughters, nothing. They want me to be part of their family, but they didn't bring me into the family. So that's why I try to veer away for women with children, especially any women. But Africans, I do, because that whatever is on that child from that father and the mother, that's not my imprint, my genes, my inheritance. I can guide and challenge that child to the day's end, but I'm not the father. I can understand the child, but I'm not the father. I'm not the seed of that child. That's not my seed. It's great when I hear people, well, my father. We won't see that now. It's just going to show me that our women and men, and we got to stop bringing them along. They gave up. And for me, too, one of my questions is, have you ever dated out of your race? I'm not messing with those women because they have a stuck mindset. Don't matter. I can let women live with me. I can make sure a woman eat for a whole year. And that's the answer to a lot of women questions. I do so much. I don't worry about it. I spend so much money. I can be better. If I was. Sometimes I wish. I even had a prayer, but the Spirit said, "No, that's not you. You got to be you. Keep being you. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about that." That's always been, regardless of the before I think I interacted with the Spirit my whole life, the Creator, the Almighty, my whole life. Whatever you want, something was always keeping me with good and positive value, morals, ethics. I don't care what you call it. I was never on the side where I was going to be bad by making bad decisions over and over and over and over and over and over again. I didn't want to grow up hurting people. That's why I couldn't box. That's why when I finally got to know myself, my anger when I played in basketball used to be of anger. Now it was a passion. Passion and anger, that's how they say a thin line between love and hate. It's a thin line if you allow it. And this is what our women have. This is the same. I don't say our women because they not our women no more. They've been stopped being our women. They gave up. I don't care. And we haven't gave up because we still honor one another. The brothers that honor, the sisters don't. Women really don't honor women. I don't care what nobody. I watch this. Women don't honor women. I've been around 36 years. I don't see a real. I don't mean, oh, let me go find a group. I watch brothers just go play ball or at a bar. No homo, no gay about it. We just straight hang. Every guy I met, that's how I met. Hey, what's up, man? You eating? I got eats. Let's go eat. Let's go out balling. It wasn't nothing homo about it. I don't know. Don't matter what the race of that man. But even my African Descendant Man, it didn't matter. And we respected our view. I just wasn't down for certain things. They respected that though. Okay, I can see why he not my friend. Cool, but I don't want to go shoot him and kill him. Like what women do, y'all be catty towards each other. Women are very catty towards each other and say they won't talk to each other. I don't mind if that brother want to date the woman, but do it to say, hey man, I like her. Cool, go talk to her. I don't care. She's not the woman I'm dating no more. I'm not with her. I don't have my heart there, but my heart is not with her. I'm not being with her. But the women, y'all have lost y'all way. Y'all can say men have, but in reality, y'all are the mothers. Y'all the nurturers. Whatever you show on your... So, I'm listening to I'm working around young women. Oh, I love white men. White men are great to me. But then when you try to... Oh, I don't want that. Oh, that's disgusting. I don't even dated an African Descendant American man. I've never even been with one. But I think y'all disgusting. That come from the mother. That come from the home. Regardless if the father was there or not, that come from the mother. This is the part I blame women on. I'm going to put a blame on. I'm going to put a stick on y'all finger in y'all hand. The tree in y'all log in your eye, how you say it. That blame come from nurturing. And a man is there to discipline. He's going to nurture, love his daughter. But he only can do so much if the woman, if not backed behind him. That woman have to show, okay, we can't tell our daughters to be with any man. That's not what they're saying. I'm asking every white person. White people are not out there teaching their children to love us. But somehow we are. It comes from the woman. The fathers can't... I can see the disgust in these fathers' eyes when they see their sons and daughter marry these white people. They looking at them like, damn. I had a father say, he said, a couple of them, he said, I failed. He said, I thought being a good African descendant man, and I wanted the family, I did all the right things. I did some things along the way. I apologized to my daughter. He said, I talked to her. But my daughter don't have a heart for me in the same race. And he said, you know what I wish I had done? He said if he was more knowledgeable back then, he said, now it's so much. He said, the young men, he said, they may not have the mindset for business, how we had the mindset of a lot of things. He said, but a lot of us, and he said, even you, brother, he said, I love the way you talk. I love the way you act. I love the way you present yourself. He said, we did it for the women. He said, I didn't think about that. He said, that's great. He said he loves, a couple of them say it. He said, I loved how you want to go after a family, but you have a meaning. He said, I just don't want to, you want to be a father. You want to be an example. You already have that in your mind. He said, why I don't want to get there. He said, I got there and then I had to work on it. He said, that's a strength. Because remember I was talking about the one, I didn't get this from him, but this is what I thought about. Even thinking about it again. The first child, you have 3 childs. They didn't see all the great. They seen all the things you had to work, struggle, and hard for. The second child got a little bit of that end. That third child, now they enjoying the fruits. And now in the first child a little older, so things gonna be less. You're not gonna do as much. Money-wise, that's why my mother was able to, my brother and sister to have cell phones. Because Me and my sister wasn't no more around. We wasn't being taken care of. They was by high school, we was barely being taken care of. I mean, in the sense of we know how to wash our clothes. We know how to go make us food. She ain't have to. She still did the same rate till we left that home. Even after we left, we would come over, or I would come home. She would make a big dinner that never end. We stayed over all day, she'd cook 3 times, or we would order. Then I pay, or we would cook. She'd take over because that was her motherly instincts. That motherly, that African, that same race love with women is as an old pastime, and that right there saddens and hurt my heart. That's showing me as I'm gonna do. The next one is on material possession, money, power, and respect. Why is that so prevalent in our culture and race when we trying to come up? We got the brothers that's starting an IT job, that's starting in the healthcare, that's bringing it for Afro, Latin, and Native, the people that, but more so, even the brother said, he said, my first partners, my first employee were African Descendant Men and women, people I worked with, because he started a platform for us, and he said, I made that. You know what he said to me, that I'm gonna do a recording on this too. I'm gonna do the recording. That's my responsibility. Why is material possession, money, power, respect so important, especially for our women? I'm 36. You know, it's twice as hard for me to get in a corporation. I went to a place in Niagara Falls called Nyasack. I didn't see one African descendant. I didn't even see a Chinese or Asian. A person, when I said it, they said, you didn't need to see, y'all don't want you to be janitors. I was saying, no, I didn't even see a janitor. It was all white people. This is America. This is America. This is that song. Do you hear that? This is America. You're not, women, you're not noticing everything. If you saying, okay, I only make $40,000 a year, $35,000 or $40,000 a year, and you make 6 figures, I'm not good enough for you. For love? See how that go? What is stopping me from loving you? That's not stopping me. That your salary, our salary is not our means to a good life, a loving, or even if we have. How is that money going to help me love my child? How is those material possessions going to help us love you? What? Being in a certain position, how is that going to help me love you? You want me to be in a position, and I want to say to African descendant American women, if you want us to that position, do you really want us to kill people? Because that's how they got there. We keep saying, oh, we're going to have to talk to them. No, the talking is gone. They're killing us. And they're doing it in front of you. They're doing it in front of the women. The women doing it in front of the men. The people that's not our same race, that's not with us, they're killing each other. They're killing us too. They saying it's okay for them to doing that. I must have deserved that I got shot. For minding my business, walking down the street, I deserve that. For real? That's what we're gonna tell our children, our sons and our daughter. Oh, he deserved that because he shouldn't have been that skin color. Or he don't deserve love because he tried his hardest, and it was this not the cartoons, the characters, like in the newspaper. I seen a magazine, or it was off. I don't know where it was off of. I don't recall so much, but they say behind every successful man there's a woman, and then in the man in the picture, that was like the caption. And the picture was sitting down on his couch. His wife was behind him, rubbing his back and saying, "What did he want for dinner?" Whatever. It's her dialogue going off, and his dialogue. So who's standing behind the unsuccessful man? So my question is, my challenge, and I say unsuccessful because same race women, you don't think 35 to 40,000 a year is successful. You don't think that I'm trying my all. I didn't know about debt. I was in debt. I got out of debt. I don't have all of these great things, but I have to learn to accept my plight, and I love myself. That's not enough. I gotta have more. I gotta be more. I gotta be better. And since if I don't be able to do certain things, you don't care about my feelings. You don't care about my heart anymore. But you want to be protected and treated so well, you are willingly to go out of the race and just ignore that man. Like women say, I'm racist. I said I'm racist because how they're treating me, and I'm talking about it to you. But it's okay for him to treat me that way. You don't talk. We ignore the fact that I have to go through racism every day. Even you, we ignore that because we say, well, my grind and my hustle. Sorry, I'm not a female. Women, it's not action. I can't start a website and just get naked or to show a side of my booty or my breasts and women gonna pay me money. That's a grind and hustle, a stripper. I'm not built for that. I can be a drug dealer then, but I'm not built for that. I'm happy I'm not built for those things. But if you're gonna call me a broke nigga, if you're gonna make fun of me, make less of me, still think about reality that we live in. I don't care what kind of heart you got. You can say that I don't have nothing or whatever. I'm happy. But if you're gonna say that, deal with my reality too. I can't just go outside and every woman want me. I'm single, no children, no record. I'm doing pretty great in life. And I say it's women. Women don't think about it this way. The brothers that don't treat them good, they banging down their doors. They willing to say, I don't care if you got a girlfriend or a wife. But I'm sitting up here doing my best. I got as much skills as I can. I'm doing my best. I'm working my best. But I'm sitting here single. I ain't gonna say lonely. I'm not lonely. I can go outside and not be lonely. I can go around people and not be lonely. But in times it is a loneliness. Why do I even have to feel lonely when I'm not hurting you? I'll let women stay with me with price of nothing, but I still got a bad name. And that man and that woman, some part of her, I was doing something wrong. I did something wrong after I realized it's not gonna work. But since I'm wrong, but I made a commitment when I was committed with you. You broke a commitment when we broke up. And then I tried to establish things and you didn't want that. Women wanted their way. This is why I don't listen to women. This is why these same women is still out there. It's kind of destructive. It's kind of destructive. And I don't know where to go with this. But I'm continue to be on my purpose, my position, and my mission. And I got a new word. I would say I am honesty. I am resolve, resolution. I am truth. And one thing I want to add to that, one more, I am responsibility. You have a great night. Sleep well. Don't allow yesterday to be your tomorrow, because we are in the now. That's the present. Present and that can be a gift if you allow it to be a gift. If not a gift, if you don't allow it. So until we understand to take away our struggles and stop using everybody as our scapegoat, I don't care about the white man. I care about my family, my mother, my father, people that look as me. But they got to care back about me. If they don't care back about me, that shows me what those same people that they're loving, that so-called love them. I ask every white person this. If at home we don't tell our children to hate you. But when our mother and father is wrong, even when they wronging us, we say, stop, that's wrong, father, mother. You're trying to call me something. I want to ask you, and I'm at zero, asking hundreds and hundreds of white people this by now. None of them tell me this. None of them say, when your grandfather called me nigger, did you say, grandfather, that's wrong? When your father called me nigger, did you say that was wrong? When you see white people blatantly wrong, do you say that's wrong? See, black women won't. See, I'm calling them black women for a reason. They won't see that. They don't see no wrong in what they're saying because he can pay for her hair to be done. He can buy her the Louis Vuitton. That's broke. He can't travel. But he paying the bills, food on the table. That's not it's as is we're not good enough no more for them that can't even supply their own surplus of what they want to do. And I don't understand it. So you have a good night. Shalom.